Morning, y'all. Breakfast time in the hood, so we're gonna go ahead and give the New Zealand breakfast a try. Now, one thing I have found interesting is the instructions on this muesli are very, very lightly printed there. Which empty contents into serving dish, or blend in packet with cold water to achieve desired consistency. So it does not give you an actual amount to use, just desired consistency. There's all the nutrition information if you'd like to see it, the ingredients. This one, pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, dried pineapple, dried papaya, sultanas, rolled oats. So we're going to see how this does, and I got us a bowl today. It didn't really quite fit, but we're going to make it work. I'm an expert at making it work. Already got us 300 milliliters of hot water for the coffee. It may be a little much, but again, we'll figure it out. So go ahead and get this opened here. Be careful about it because there is no extra room. Alright. So that is everything out of the packet. It says it is 100 grams. So let's add a little bit of cold water and get that hydrating. Alright, that should be enough for right now. If we need to add more, we will. Yeah, that should definitely hydrate up really well. Now we're going to give that a couple of minutes. You can definitely see the milk's already coming in there. Alright, so let's set that there now. Go ahead and grab our instant coffee. Again, no instructions, but I know usually 6 to 8 ounces US weight is what they call for, so that's why I went ahead and did the 320. It'd be about roughly 8 ounces, maybe a little more. And if it isn't strong enough, we can add another packet just to get it up to where we want it. Alright, give that a quick stir. Yeah. So, you can see there, it looks like a decent cup of coffee. We'll give her a taste to see. All right. Yep, that's rehydrating nicely. Doesn't look like we're going to need to add any more water. It may be a touch on the dry side, but I prefer it that way anyway. So I wasn't sure if this was supposed to be done with cold or hot water, but I just went ahead and did the cold because I'm used to cold cereal in the mornings. Don't really eat much in the way of hot. So we'll see how that does. And we got our Anzac biscuits here and some apricot jam. We're going to try a little bit of the jam on each one. Alright, so 2 biscuits. You can see those there. I'm going to put one there. One there. Alright. So, quick taste. Let's see how we're doing here. A little bit weak. I can deal with that though. That's fine. We won't need to add another packet. Got a mild flavor, a little bit of bitterness at the end. But this is what we've been waiting on. Let's add a little bit of this sweetened condensed milk to make it a touch sweeter. And you can see it comes in the sealed pack. It's got the little popper right there on the top. Just press down till you feel it pop open. Then squeeze a little bit in. We're not going to do too much since it is a weaker coffee. I love having these little tubes. They're so handy and so convenient. I really wish I could buy these commercially, but unfortunately it's not an option at this time. Now, Eagle brand has started coming out with a packet that's similar to it, but it's a little bit harder to deal with, but that's okay. Alright, so yeah, definitely got that nice and creamy. Yeah, love condensed milk and coffee. It's such a nice blend. Alright, so let's take a look at our jams here. Nice little packet, and I'm just going to tear off a little corner because pretty sure I won't be using the whole thing. I want to try to save the rest if possible. Alright, so a little bit of the apricot jam. Now, one thing I didn't do, let's go ahead and do this real quick. The Anzac biscuit by itself. Definitely a really sweet flavor. Nice oatiness to it. That's not bad. I like that. No real other flavor jumps out. Just sweet and oat. Alright, so let's pop open the plum jam here. And I did need both of these before we got started, so that was taken care of. Drop a little bit of that on there. Alright, so let's try this apricot jam first. Now, admittedly it does ramp the sweetness up on it, but that extra bit of fruitiness is nice. You can see our cereal's nice and rehydrated here. Alright, quick try on the Anzac with the plum. Oh, that's a nicer flavor. Definitely nicer. Deeper fruity flavor. So, all right, let's try our cereal here, see what it's like. Okay, so a little bit of a bitter aftertaste. Not sure if that's from the milk, but beyond that, there's a lot of blandness. You can definitely see some of the seeds there. There's one of the pepitas or pumpkin seeds. One of the sunflower seeds. You can see that there. Okay, when you get a piece of the fruit, that adds a little bit of sweetness, but let's do something else. We'll have a little fun with this. So here, in this corner, we're going to add a little bit of the plum jam. Go ahead and finish that off. And in this corner, we're going to add some of the apricot jam. And for the hat trick, in this corner, I'm going to add a squeeze of the sweetened condensed milk. That should really ramp things up. We'll see which one's the best addition to add in. So, I'll start with the plum jam. Mix that in a little bit. Yeah. That's nicer. Gives it more of a depth of flavor. Let's try a little bit of the apricot jam. Not bad. Plum jam is better. The plum gives it a little more flavor depth for some reason. The apricot seems to kind of get lost and muddled in the background. But let's try the big one. A little bit of sweetened condensed milk here. Yeah, that's the winner. Well, I don't know. It's kind of a toss-up between the plum jam and the sweetened condensed milk. The sweetened condensed milk, you get some caramelly notes along with that creamy flavor. The plum jam, you get a hint of tartness along with the sweet. Both of them really enhance the muesli a lot, though. That's nice. I like those. Apricot, I think I'd have been fine just putting the apricot on both the Anzac biscuits, putting the plum in here. Maybe a little condensed milk just to help boost the sweetness a little bit, because it is rather bland starting out unless you get a piece of the fruit, and there wasn't that many pieces in here to begin with. So, all right, well, I'll tell you what, folks. I'm going to go finish breakfast real quick. I'll be back with y'all in a little bit when it comes lunchtime, and we'll see how the lunchtime deal works out. So, see y'all in a little bit. Okay, folks, it's lunchtime, so we're going to have lunch. Just wanted to give you a quick reminder of what we were going to be having. Going to do the chicken flavor instant noodles, the chicken casserole. Going to have a glass of tea, muesli bar, milk chocolate with clinkers. And we're going to have some onion flakes for seasoning. So I'm going to go get all this together, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, y'all. So what I did was I went ahead and I heated up the chicken casserole. It's nice and hot. I also did the ramen noodles. When you open the packet up, it's just like the standard top ramen we find here in our grocery stores. It's not the McGoring like you find in the Aussie rations, which I highly prefer. Now with ramen noodles or ramen noodles, whichever pronunciation you prefer, I prefer ramen. There's two ways to eat them. You can do them as a soup, boil them in the water, then add the seasoning, eat it as a soup, or my preferred method is boil them, then drain the water, and add the seasoning packet afterward and eat them just as the noodles by themselves. So, as you can see, just standard chicken noodle seasoning packet. Alright. So, get that spread over the top. Then give them a stir to blend that in. Okay, I should have spread it a little bit more evenly, but that's all right. And we're going to use some of our onion flakes. And these are really interesting. Nice sliced pieces of onion. Nice bit of crunch and chew. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just sprinkle those on there. Not going to use the whole packet. We'll save some for dinner tonight. So we'll set that to the side. That way we've got it. Now I did bring, in case you didn't see it, before I set the bowl down, salt and pepper. Also, this is the packet that was inside the tea bag envelope, so to speak. So it's a Porter's Premium Classic Blend Tea. I assume that's one of the standard brands that you can find in New Zealand. As you can see, went ahead and added a packet of sugar to the water. So we got that going. We're going to set this to the side. I also brought the sweetened condensed milk because I know a lot of the British like to add milk to their tea. I'm straightforward, but I'll try it just to see what it's like after I try the tea. So let's tear open this packet of chicken casserole and see what we got here. Okay. Oh, and that smells really good. I can smell the tomato coming through. I'm used to chicken casseroles that are a straight cream base. This one is a tomato base, as you can see. It does have some cream in it. You can see a little bit of oil separation there, but still looks pretty good. All right. Mix that up a little bit. You see chunks of chicken in there, chunks of tomato, some potato right there. So it all looks good. All right. So to start with, stir up our ramen since we added in the onions. Now let's give us a little bit of a taste. Oh, they're not wanting to separate. There we go. Yep, salty, savory, standard top ramen packet you can find in any grocery store here in the U.S. for X amount for $1, depending on where you're at. I know I used to be able to get them like 6 or 7 for $1. Some places 10 for $1. But with inflation now, there's no telling. All right, so to give our chicken casserole a bit of a try here, gonna get some potato. Chicken and tomato flavors come through really good, but there's something else in there I'm not quite identifying. Let's pull out our handy dandy sheet here. Alright, chicken casserole ingredients: chicken, tomatoes, potatoes, tomato paste, onion, water, cream, carrots, peas, rice, bran oil, sugar, herbs, spices, salt. You know, I hate to say it. It's a very light flavor, and it's almost like I'm getting a flavor. I know this is going to sound weird. Almost getting a flavor of water to come through. It has that. It has a watery taste, and that's really unusual. I've only experienced that once before. Was lucky enough to be able to spend a week in London back when I graduated high school in the 90s. And man, I love the British. I love them like I'm a huge Anglophile. But the first meal I had in Britain was the first time I could really define that water had a taste. They had just overboiled the chicken and vegetables so much that it tasted like water. And that's kind of what I'm getting here. It's kind of that overboiled, oversaturated, over moist. It definitely moist, but I get the chicken, I get the tomato, but I don't know if it's just the cream and potato kind of washing everything out. Don't get me wrong, it's good, but could be better. So let's add a little bit of salt and pepper to this, see if that changes the aspect a little bit. Because one of the things about salt that people don't understand, it doesn't make things taste salty, it amplifies the existing flavor. So hopefully that'll help wash out some of that. And 1 gram of black pepper. If you're going to season it, might as well season it all. Even though this didn't really need any salt, the chicken seasoning that they use is very salty anyway, so. Alright. Mix that in a little bit. Yeah, that does help clear out some of that washed out flavor. But you know what? I said we was going to save these for dinner. I don't really think the chili's going to need them. Let's get some of these onion flakes in here. We'll save a little bit, just so we can't have it for later. That works. That should help absorb some of the moisture and add a little bit of flavor and texture to it. Yeah, that helps a lot. That really does. All right. Well, since we salted and peppered our noodles, let's give them a try again. Yeah, could have done without the salt, but pepper really does help a lot. All right. Give our tea a quick taste here. You can see it's brewed nicely. It's a lovely dark amber color. Mild. I like mine strong. I was hoping letting it steep for a while would help. Kind of mildish flavor. Maybe I used too much water again, or I could have used 2 tea bags. I've got enough of them. But let's try a little milk in here. Let the tea bag out for a second while I stir. All right. Oh, that's actually really good. Helps add a little bit of sweetness, but brings out the flavor of the tea a little bit better. I like that. That's nice. Y'all Brits may be onto something. I won't be adding milk to my sweet tea anytime soon, that's for sure. But for hot tea, it's not bad. Oh, hang on, give me just a second here. All right, sorry about that. Had a bit of a issue I had to take care of real quick. Thank you for your patience. All right, so muesli bars. We tried this in the snack. You know what? I'm not even going to open that. You saw it in the snack thing. We're going to save that. It'll be a snack for later. Not even going to bother with it. So, the one thing I have been curious about, the milk chocolate with clinkers. No clue what clinkers are. I kind of have an idea. So we're going to see if I'm right. Alright. So a bit of a bloom on this. You can see there. But still looks to be edible. Alright. So I'm guessing the clinkers are kind of like the Rice Krispie bits. We have a similar bar here in the U.S. called Nestle Crunch. Has the crisp rice cereal mixed in with it. I'm assuming that's what that is. So, yeah, that's kind of what it's coming out as. Better quality chocolate than our Nestle Crunch, but that's the flavor I'm getting, those crisp rice treats. So, all right. Before I go, there is one thing I do want to try, though. And this is the reason I decided to go with the bowls instead of just dumping out on the tray. Because I'm going to try these two together. Oh yeah. This is the reason I use the bowls, folks. There's lunch. Dump that casserole on top of the noodles. Now you got a meal, buddy. Oh yeah. Alright, well, I'm going to go finish off my lunch, folks. See y'all back here in a couple hours for dinner. Till then, y'all have a good one.